Well, we played very hard, but not well enough. So that's kind of where things were at tonight. Anybody got anything?
When you've only got limited minutes for a player, how do you go about deciding when to use them in LeVert's case, and did his back at all dictate the lack of use of him in the second half?
No, I was determined he was going to play in the first half only, and he was going to play a number of minutes that, seemed to make sense based on how he was doing. So he played 15 and some change, 15:33, which is great. He obviously did a lot of good things, so that was great too. So, we'll look to build it up from here.
When you have as many injuries as you do, how challenging is it to get the fourth quarter execution you're looking for when you've got not your full slate of guys and lineups that aren't always used to playing with each other?
It's the NBA. It's not supposed to be easy. If it was, I'd be pulling guys off the street to play. So, it's tough. It's a tough league. But, we just got to do better. And we'll look at the film. We struggled with turnovers again. Struggled a little bit on the boards again. Those are things that, there'll be a lot of fixation on shot making. But, we played very hard. We just need to play better.
You've had a couple of shootouts on the road, a couple of defensive struggle type games here at home. Has that contrast surprised you at all?
Yeah, you're talking about games that are vastly different based on available personnel. So, no, it doesn't surprise me based on who was available for those games. But this is a tough stretch. It was going to be tough if we were fully healthy. We've just got to keep going. We've got to get some rest tomorrow and get ready for Monday.
How long do you anticipate Caris being on some kind of restriction?
Hard to say. Based on how he did tonight and how good he looked and how hard he's been working, the hope is that there wouldn't be a long period where there's a restriction. But right now it's really hard to say. It's really impossible to say. But tonight was a great start for him. And, it would have been great to have him in the second half, but that just wasn't in the cards. And rather than play him, 7 minutes a half and have to sit out a long halftime and all that kind of stuff, it makes more sense to play him one half, with a short break, and then get him cooled off and hopefully ready for Monday.
What do you see as league-wide? All these scores keep being down. These kind of resemble the scores that when last time maybe you were here. Any trends or anything you've been able to observe that's been going on the first 10 days?
They've been wildly wide-ranging. So seemed like there was a lot of high scoring early, and then I really haven't focused on other scores the last few days. Really just focusing on our team and so anytime you have some significant rule changes, there's going to be some variance.
Caris, I'm sure tough not to be able to play the second half, but it looked like you were about as effective as you could have hoped in your 16 minutes in the first half. What were your thoughts of your first half performance?
Yeah, I thought we played well. As a team, I tried to come in and provide some energy for us. I had a couple turnovers that I didn't like, but I think overall it was a success, for myself and for the team.
How challenging is it for you to not be able to play in the second half when you're in the midst of a close game like that?
It was tough, but we talked about it before the game, and we kind of decided it was going to be best for myself to kind of, go on a minute restriction and only play the first half. So, like I said, it was a success. We would have liked to get the win, but, sometimes you just got to take the small wins.
What to you has been the key to being as effective as you were in game number one? Oftentimes guys have some rust in their first few games.
I feel like I prepared myself mentally and physically. My teammates did as well. Torrey Craig, Brad Wanamaker, Isaiah Jackson, playing 3-on-3 with the coaches. I feel like I kind of prepared as well as I could have. And they really prepared me as well, coaches, the strength coaches as well. So I kind of just hit the ground running tonight.
I know you can get a feel for what he can do from practice and watching him, but now that you got a chance to play with Chris Duarte, what did you think of him as a teammate, and how do you think those minutes with him went?
I think it went well. I was on him about just being more aggressive because I'm a guy who likes to throw the ball ahead and, be a playmaker out there. So I was, letting him know to just be more aggressive out there, and I'll find myself out there. Don't worry about me.
And Caris, did it feel good to get that kind of first fall out of the way? I saw you took a little tumble in the second quarter to kind of hit the ground and get back up and kind of see how your body responds. Was it good to kind of get that out of the way?
Yeah, I think so. I'm a guy who goes out there with no fear at all. So honestly, I didn't even really think about it.
And how do you feel the next day and how your body responds to playing in a game? How important is that in terms of kind of your just recovery and kind of your just progression as the season continues?
Yeah, it'll be important next 24 hours to get good rest, get some good food in me, and just recover as best as I can, prepare for the Spurs on Monday.
Caris, has the pain subsided, or is it something you have to manage and play through?
I don't really have any pain right now. I'm sure I'll be a little sore tomorrow, just going up and down, taking contact and stuff like that. But I don't have any glaring pain right now.
You said after the season you felt rushed back the last time going to Phoenix. Did that influence your timing and having a week before you finally decided tonight was the night?
I think so. You try to learn from experiences in life, and I feel like I learned from that last year. As well as the coaches just not pushing me back to go, and then really preparing me. Like I said, I really prepared myself this time. So I was confident, I was ready. The coaches were confident and ready, so it was a mutual thing.
Caris, did you feel like it was important to make kind of plays as a ball handler today, especially with Malcolm out? It seemed like you and Domas were kind of really in sync early on.
I mean, that's kind of just how I play. I play with the basketball, I play without the basketball. I kind of just do what I feel like the game needs, and the ball found me tonight.
You said you prepared yourself this time. What does that mean exactly? Is that the last week of preparations and beyond that, or what do you mean by that?
Not just the last week. Since I've been out, really, there's always work to be done, whether that is conditioning, meditation, whatever it may be. I feel like I tried to do whatever I could, with what I could, with the doctor's, restrictions and things like that. Like I said, I really prepared myself, conditioning-wise, skill work-wise, everything.
Justin, you and Myles hit some big shots along with a couple of your other teammates down the stretch to get back into that game. It seemed like the previous couple of minutes, though, were problematic as Toronto was able to build that lead. What did you see as the difference in the final 5 or 6 minutes tonight?
Yeah, I think we turned it up to another level. Obviously, the competitive nature that we have kicked in, and shots started to fall. Before that point, I think we struggled with making shots. I know, obviously, I did. I put up a good amount. But at that point, it was about trying to find a way to win, and I think we really were locked in to do so, just didn't pull it out.
Somebody who's played with maybe more different lineups than anybody on the roster, how challenging is it when you have this many players out to try to put together a group of 5 that has chemistry when you're trying to execute in those big moments down the stretch?
Yeah, that's a tough thing. I mean, that's kind of the name of the game for us, being able to have guys come in or guys that go out and try to have that same cohesiveness that we've had in the past, or trying to get to the point to where we improve that space. And it's a difficult thing to do. It's a fact. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, what team you are. Getting that to click is usually the main thing you're trying to get done at the beginning of the year. And we have so many guys going in and out. We're just trying to find the way that we can do that and win games, really. And I think we do a decent job of it, but we just have to be a little better.
Justin, you've always in the last couple of years here been encouraged to catch and shoot when you're open from 3. This year it feels like kind of everybody is. Is Rick more willing to let anyone who's in the game kind of shoot, or has that just been a team focus to get better at shooting from deep?
Yeah, no, Rick wants us, if you're open, he wants us to shoot the ball. And all of us are capable of doing so. So, I mean, it's our offense is made to generate open shots, open threes, and when we're open, we have to shoot them. I'm sure you can shoot. There was a play today with myself that I was open in the corner to shoot it. I didn't. Went to drive, I turned the ball over. It's like, it's shots you have to shoot. It's just, when they talk about the basketball guys, like, they bless you in situations. Usually good things happen when we generate good open shots, especially threes in this league, and we have to take them.
With Caris returning and knowing what he'll able to contribute here moving forward, hopefully, what does that unlock for you guys maybe that you haven't had?
Yeah,
Maybe just a playmaker?
Yeah, Caris is going to open up a lot, obviously, for himself. It's what he does, get buckets, as well as other players. Again, for myself, it makes me open a little more. To have somebody else to worry about, guys trying to go and help on him and do things like that. So, this first half, Caris showed exactly what he does. Didn't miss a beat. Came in, played well, played aggressive, and opened up a lot of stuff for all of us. I mean, I don't know, I probably had like 5 threes and not a lot of time. And, I think that shows when we have guys that are able to get downhill and get guys the ball and get a lot of attention on them, and opens up stuff for everybody else.
Myles, as you guys deal with as many injuries as you have, how challenging is it in the fourth quarter when you've got different lineups out there to try to find the chemistry you need to execute down the stretch?
I mean, I just think it's to a point where it doesn't matter who's out there. You just got to be able to find a way to make it work. We're all NBA players, and we've all had a training camp. We're all familiar with each other. It's about that time to get going.
I know not the start to the season from a team perspective that you'd like. Does Caris coming back provide some optimism in all of that?
Yeah, most definitely. We're missing, some shot creators. We got to get the ball in the paint more. And when you have someone who can create like Caris, Malcolm, those guys like that, definitely helps our offense. So, we'll be missing them, and hopefully, Malcolm will be back soon. I know Caris is starting to work his way back.
And Myles, what did you notice from Raptors rookie Scotty Barnes? It seemed like down the stretch he was pretty aggressive and really attacking the paint. Just how difficult is he to handle with his length and kind of his versatility?
He's poised, man. He's been putting up some impressive numbers. He's had a great start to the season. I think he's one of those players that's transcendent. He's gonna be a good player. I think that he just asserted himself. And when you have a rookie out there, you got to try and make him feel us, and he was able to go out there and assert himself. So he had a good game.